Hey guys, Ninja Guy VR here, and the heat of summer has finally knocked on our doors, but that doesn't mean that the constant flow of VR games is stopping. Today we'll be looking into the Horizon Plus games releasing in July, along with some of the best VR games coming out that I've curated. So let's get started with the Horizon Plus games. This is a great time to get Among Us VR in the monthly Horizon games since the game recently also released on flat screen and got rebranded to Among Us 3D. You'll be able to play with them, which gives the possibility to get matched with many more players. This is a really fun multiplayer game where one of your team members is labeled the Imposter and has to kill every other crew members while trying to hide their identity. Blockbuster is a kaiju-style game where you're a monster destroying cities. Along with a single-player mode, you'll also have competitive multiplayer, or if you're more of a socializing type of gamer, they also have a free-play co-op mode, with 5 playable monsters and over 300 collectibles to acquire. This is great if you're a fan of Rampage-style games. Dumbways Free For All is the first game here coming in the Horizon catalog. This is a game part of the Dumb Ways to Die series, and it's very unique. You take part of a total of 100 random minigames where you have to compete against other players in multiplayer. You can play with up to 6 players together, or you can also experience this one alone if you'd like. There's also a nice XP progression system to unlock new cosmetics, minigames, and tours, so there's always a reason to jump back in. Human Fall Flat is a game that I've really enjoyed on flat screen, and I'm super happy that they've ported it in VR. I really should get back into it. And this is a good excuse. You basically control a very ragdoll-like character, and you have to guide them to the end of a level. It can be very difficult due to the platforming puzzles that they throw at you, and the spaghetti moving character definitely doesn't help. It's a very fun time with friends. Exploding Kittens is a series of card games that we've seen in a few places, but the VR version adds some very good social interactions. This is a strategic card game where every player takes their turn to pick a card. When a player picks the explosion, they lose the game, unless they have a card that can help them out. The social hub contains mini-games, character customization, and more. It's a really fun card game that I recommend. Fruit Ninja is a game that my girlfriend really enjoys for some reason. It looks like we're getting the sequel in the Horizon catalog. The game is simple. All you have to do is slice down fruits that appears in front of you, but they've added many things in this one that gives a reason to stay and play more. Like online modes where you can play with friends. You can also use a bow and crossbow, and there are cool modes like a rhythm one. I like it when a game is fleshed out more with some kind of progression system to keep you playing. Now let's get into the upcoming games of July.
Liam, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm so scared.
The Obsessive Shadow is coming on PSVR 2. It's a game that I've tried during this Team Next Fest of February 2024, and my opinion on it did not change. I hate it. But it's not because it's a bad game, it's because the jump scares in this one are just savage. You have to keep your flashlight powered on by shaking it, and if you feel like keeping the shadow away, then it's game over.
I'll call you back in an hour. You're going to be okay. I promise.
In Prison Boss Prohibition, you're managing a contraband store to provide illegal merchandise to the locals, but you have to hide any evidence once in a while because the cops patrol the place sometimes. On paper, it looks simple, but there are nice features in it like co-op and mixed reality, so I think that you'll have a nice experience going in this one. I've covered Jungle Man before in one of my short, and it is a fun time, especially if you have a large open space. You're basically a man swinging from vine to vine to get from one portal to the other. Every stages have different type of challenges, and there are some nice additional things that you can do, like getting collectibles to acquire some cosmetics. I do recommend it if what you see here seems fun.
Can you hear me? Listen.
Crave is coming to PSVR 2. This is a nice cave exploring type of game made by developers that I enjoy supporting. The main game does not intentionally scare you, but the environment is very claustrophobic and eerie, so it looks like a cool experience. I believe that they've also implemented a horror mode in there for the people who's hungry for a thrilling experience. Chess Club is coming to PSVR 2. I don't know what to say about this game. It's chess. Looks like you'll have some nice environment to play in, and it'll be interesting if they'll keep the mixed reality feature in it, but most likely not would be my guess. Le Mans Ultimate has been in early access since February of 2024, but looks like version 1.0 is finally making its debut with the game being in hybrid between flat screen and VR. Seems like a great game for the racing enthusiast to enjoy a realistic experience. Check out the official website's news to know exactly what you're getting out of the full version. Elemental Towers is a game that I've played during the Steam Next Fest, and it was a fun time. It's basically like Tetris, but you're putting the pieces around you to form a tower. When a full line is completed, a dragon appears that you have to defeat. You can also use spells to destroy blocks that you don't need on your tower. The full version will have a campaign that you can do, and there seems to be a lot of features in this game that makes this one worth getting. The Stairwell Horror was a game that was previously released on flat screen, and looks like we're getting a PSVR 2 adaptation. It's a pretty simple game. All you have to do is go down an endless set of stairs, and the atmosphere becomes more and more unsettling and horrific as you go down. Cool concept, but probably not a game that will keep your attention for a long time. The next few games don't have an exact release date, but should be coming out sometime soon. I've been keeping an eye on Besiege. This is another flat screen game being turned into VR. Another one developed by the same developers as Crave. So I'm sure that it'll be fun. You basically have to create crazy tank-like machines that will help you destroy armies of soldiers. You basically use your imagination and whatever means necessary to accomplish your goal. BlackGate is from the same developers who's making Jungle Man. This is an interesting take on games such as Dead by Daylight, where you have certain objectives while a monster is trying to terminate you. In this one, you have a bunch of astronauts stuck on some kind of spaceship with aliens invading it. I didn't get a chance to try the early access yet, but seems like a fun time with friends. Another game part of the last Next Fest. Bow Course is basically golf, but you use a bow and arrows instead of a golf club and a ball. I think that this game is great for people who enjoys archery. The mechanics works pretty well and it should be a fun time with friends. You can pick the type of arrow to use depending on the situation, and you have little challenges like trying to shoot through a target to continue the course. Check it out if that sounds fun. Iron Guard Salvation is a sequel to the well-beloved Iron Guard released in 2022. This is a top-down tower defense game where you control your turrets to destroy creatures trying to make it to your base. There's a total of 30 levels planned for the game with more than 25 types of turret. I think that this is a great addition for the people who enjoys this genre.
Standing by. I'm on my way.
We've seen the release of Rogue Pinatas back in March on MetaQuest, but looks like we're now getting a PC VR version. I've spoken to a few friends and they seem to have really enjoyed this hidden gem. I really like the aesthetic since it reminds me of the old Viva Pinata on the Xbox 360, but the gameplay is very different. You basically have to destroy a bunch of pinatas roguelike style. I think that this is a great addition. Zix is a game that I've built up excitement on after seeing it in a games showcase. It's another roguelike, and it kind of reminds me of Risk of Rain 2, which is a game that I really enjoyed. The combat seems very fast-paced and smooth, plus you can be up to 3 players to play co-op. I may be spending lots of time in this one when it comes out. That's all we had for the games coming out next month, guys. I hope that you found something of interest. Let me know in the comments what game you plan on playing in the month of July. And let's not forget some of the more exciting titles coming out later this year like Deadpool VR, which seems to be a full-fledged action-packed adventure. And then we got Reach coming out of End Dreams, which seems like a very cool quality parkour type of adventure. It's a good time to be a VR gamer. Alright guys, I just want to thank Seb for being my one and only YouTube member. Your support is appreciated. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more news and reviews on upcoming games, and hit that like button if you want me to keep doing a monthly catch-up on upcoming games. See you next time!